Alright guys, first thing we're going to do is create a new model. So you're going to find your first blank space on your radio. To do this, you want to hit the menu button and scroll down. Our next one is Model 3. We'll go ahead and create model, and then you can hit the page button. And that'll bring you into setup. You want to scroll up until you see bind. Click that button, you'll get these beeps. And now you can set the radio to the side. Okay, to bind your drone, you have a little bind button on the back of your receiver, very small. You're just going to hold that in while you power on the drone. It's best to have two people for this, so Chad, if you can, please help me.
Yeah, I got you. Okay.
Alright, so just plug it in while they hold it. And if you look at the front of your receiver, you should have a flashing red and green light. If you do, you can unplug the model and press exit. And now you can go back into your drone. You want to back out of that and get back to the splash screen. And you can plug the drone back in and you should have a green light on your receiver. Alright, and we now have our green light. Not sure if you can see that on the video. Alright, so your radio is bound and you're ready to update in BetaFlight. Alright, so we'll just turn the radio off and set that to the side for now. Okay, so you want to go to this website. Paul will be emailing a link out to your teachers. You'll go to the Impulse RC website and download their driver fixer. So we'll just click on Impulse RC driver fixer. This will allow you to update the firmware of the drone. This is the easiest way to do it and make sure it works every time. So once that's downloaded in Chrome, you can just click on it. I know you guys can't see that right now, but it's pretty simple. Okay, click yes. Alright, and at this point you want to plug your drone into the computer. This will allow it to detect the software that it uses on the flight controller. Okay, and it looks like we're going to have to close BetaFlight to be able to use that. So we're going to click on this driver fixer once again and try to rerun it. Okay, so the drivers have now been fixed. Alright, so you want to start a new version of Google Chrome. You have to restart that. Go to Apps and BetaFlight. You guys should have BetaFlight installed by now. If you look up here in the top right corner, it says DFU mode. That's the flashing mode. You want to go to Firmware Flasher. Your target will be SP Racing F3 Evo. So just scroll down until you find that. You'll pick a firmware version. We're going to go with 3.5.2. That's one of the more recent stable releases. And when you do this, make sure you click on Full Chip Erase and enable that. The other three should be gray. Now you're going to go to load firmware from online. That'll download everything for you. And now you can flash the firmware. Just click that once, it'll erase the chip, and then it will install. All right. Alright, so our programming was successful. At this point, we'll close BetaFlight and reopen it. Should automatically connect. Ours is COM port 8. Click connect. Alright, and the first thing you want to do is set up your receiver in ports. Go to UART3 and select Serial RX. And then save and reboot. Alright, so when that comes back up, we want to make sure that our progress was saved. Okay, it's still enabled, we're good there. The next process is configuration. You want to set it for an S-Bus receiver. So scroll down to the receiver tab and select serial based receiver. And at the bottom it'll bring up another menu. You want to change that to S-Bus. Once again, save and reboot. Anytime you make a change in BetaFlight, you have to save and reboot or it will not work. Okay, our next step is to go to PID tuning. We're going to slow the rates down a little bit. We found that the Baby Hawks were just a little too fast in the stock configuration. We're going to change RC rate to 0.6 on both roll and pitch and the yaw axis. That's about 400 degrees a second. That's plenty enough for indoor racing. Alright, so click save. This screen will actually not reboot. The next step is to go into receiver and make sure that you're actually getting inputs. So for this, we're going to turn our radio on. And more than likely, we'll have to remap the channels. Plug your drone in. And if you move the sticks, you can see this moving on the screen. So we know that it works. Alright, so our channel mapping is going to have to be changed. We did this last year in the video. You're going to go to the menu button, hit page until you get to page 6. That's your channel mixer. Channel 1 should be your aileron. That's your roll axis. That is your left or your right stick, left and right. So just push on that stick to the left. You're going to go into channel 2. Edit, click on source. That's going to be your elevator. That's your pitch up or down. So your right stick down. Channel 3 is your throttle. Edit, source, and your left stick up or down. And channel 4 will be your yaw or rudder. So now we can just look at our receiver screen. Make sure that all of our inputs match. Throttle up and down, yaw left and right, pitch up and down, and roll left and right. We're going to go ahead and add another channel for an arming switch. So for channel 5, click the button, it'll create a new channel. For source, you want to click this switch over here on the left side. It's a two-way switch, SF, and after you do that, you can hit exit. And everything should be set. And in modes, so arming, you're going to change that to auxiliary 1 since that's your first channel. And you want to slide this all the way to the right so that it's only armed when the switch is up. And we're going to add angle, that's auto level. These drones are really difficult to fly in without auto level. So we found it's best to just keep them like that for indoor flight. So add range for angle, set it to aux 2, and move the sliders to cover the entire spectrum so that it cannot be taken out of auto level. Alright, and we're going to hit save, and that should be everything.
You don't have to have a switch for that.
Huh?
You don't have to have a switch.
No, there's no switch involved with this. This is just setting the channel. Alright, and we should be finished with BetaFlight. So now we'll disconnect and test the drone. Alright, so set it to the floor and hit your arm switch. We'll arm. I'm going to try to whittle it out myself before we take off.